This right here is the Pixel Watch 5. And after living with it on my wrist for the past week, I can already tell you this is hands down the best watch Google has ever put out. Look, we all know how the smartwatch market has been lately. Brands roll out a new model every 12 months, slap a slightly shinier bezel on it, claim the processor is 10% faster and call it a day. It is boring, but Google actually shook things up here. They packed in some genuinely useful hardware tricks, completely rethought how we navigate the UI without touching the screen, upgraded health tracking in ways that actually make sense, and fixed the two single most annoying things about wearing a smartwatch. So if it sounds like I am genuinely excited about this thing, it is because I am. Google is basically the only company right now that is actually trying to innovate instead of just coasting. Let us dive right into it. Here are 14 things you need to know about the Pixel Watch 5. We have all seen wrist gestures before. Apple tried them, Samsung played around with them. And honestly, most of the time they feel like a gimmick that you turn off after 5 minutes because it triggers by accident when you are just typing or scratching your head. Google approached this totally differently. They built universal gesture integration right into the core of the operating system. Take working out, for instance. This has always drove me crazy. You are out for a run, your hands are sweaty, or maybe you are doing laps in the pool and the touchscreen is completely locked down. Normally, you are stuck fiddling with tiny buttons. But on the Watch 5, you just do a quick pinch in the air and it cycles right through your workout screens. It just works. You can use that same pinch to pull up background items sitting at the bottom of your watch face like a running timer, pause it, resume it, whatever you need. And if you want to back out of a menu, just do a quick double twist of your wrist. It takes you right back home. Best part is, Google opened up an API for this, so third-party app developers can bake these exact gestures right into their own apps. Moving into health tracking, Google grouped a few heavy hitters under what they call the Health Guardian. Number 2 on our list is insulin resistance tracking. Now listen, Google is using the exact same physical biometric sensor layout from last year. The magic here is entirely in the software processing. It runs in the background and gives you a monthly estimate on whether you might be trending toward insulin resistance or prediabetes. It is designed for early awareness, something most of us would never find out about unless we wore a continuous glucose monitor or went out of our way to get blood work done. I asked Google straight up if this is meant for people who are already diagnosed with diabetes, and they said no. If you are managing diabetes, medications will throw the readings completely off, so you should just toggle it off. But for everyone else, an early heads-up could be a massive deal. Right next to that is blood pressure monitoring. If you follow Samsung smartwatches, you know they have had blood pressure monitoring for a while, but you have to go through this annoying calibration process with a traditional arm cuff every few weeks to keep it accurate. Google skipped the calibration entirely. Instead of giving you an exact clinical blood pressure number, it simply runs quietly in the background and gives you a monthly status update, letting you know if your levels are looking stable or if you need to check in with a doctor. No cuffs, no setup, just automated peace of mind. This one builds on the safety tech Google introduced a couple of years ago with pulse detection. If someone unfortunately stops breathing due to severe illness, an accidental overdose, or choking, blood oxygen levels drop fast. If the watch detects a sustained drop below roughly 82 or 83%, it will automatically prompt emergency services. Features like this are easy to overlook until they save someone's life, and knowing those sensors are sitting right there on your wrist just makes sense. Let us talk about the AI stuff, because I am right there with you. Most AI features slapped onto consumer tech lately feel like absolute slop. But this is actually cool. I never use AI wallpaper generators on my phone. Why would I? But on a watch face, it is a different story. Sometimes you want something clean or casual or something that matches what you are wearing. Instead of scrolling through an endless store of poorly made third-party watch faces or paying $1 for a digital clock design, you can just tell the watch what you want. Tell it, hey, I am wearing a dark navy suit today, give me a clean minimalist face that matches. Or tell it you want something bold and playful. It generates it on the fly using on-device processing. You can tweak the colors later and it just works. It is fast, practical, and actually fun to use. Just like the proactive notification system on Pixel phones that surfaces your boarding passes or tells you how many subway stops are left during a commute, The Watch 5 now pushes smart, context-aware information to your wrist right when you need it, without you having to dig through menus. And if a glance pops up that you do not care about, a quick one-handed gesture clears it instantly. Texting from a watch used to be a miserable experience. Now Gemini steps in intelligently inside your messaging apps. If someone texts you asking for a friend's phone number or address, the watch automatically floats that contact card right up to the screen. One tap, and it is shared. It handles map links and calendar invites the same way, saving you from doing 10 different taps on a tiny screen. You don't need a heavy data connection to make things happen anymore. Local processing means you can talk to Gemini right on the watch to set timers, kick off workouts, or check basic stats instantly without lag or waiting for a cloud round trip. If you run or cycle in a dense city, you already know how bad traditional watch GPS can be. Tall buildings block signals, bounce satellites around, and suddenly your workout map looks like you were teleporting through brick walls. Google fixed this using a three-pronged approach. First, differential GPS to filter out atmospheric and clock errors. Second, dual-band frequency support. And third, which is the coolest part, they are using Google's detailed 3D building models. The watch actually calculates how satellite signals bounce off physical skyscrapers around you and compensates for the reflections in real time. Your route tracking in downtown areas is going to be remarkably crisp. Most smartwatches are built exclusively for cardio. Running, swimming, cycling, that is all fine and dandy. But what about lifting weights? That is half of what most people do at the gym. Instead of manually logging every single set, rep, and machine, the new workout builder taps into health coaching AI. It looks at what you lifted last week, factors in your goals or past injuries, and builds a custom routine for you right on your wrist. It walks you through each exercise one by one, tracks your weights, and tells you when to progress. If you ever find yourself wandering around the gym floor doing the same 4 exercises because you ran out of ideas, this completely changes the game. Sleep tracking accuracy got a solid bump this time around, pairing up with smart wake alarms that gently nudge you during your lightest sleep phase so you do not wake up feeling like a truck hit you. Given how solid Fitbit's sleep algorithms have been historically, this performance is rock solid. Google claims the internals are 20% faster overall with a 12% CPU boost. Honestly, opening apps and talking to Gemini feels snappy. Animations are smooth. Do you need to memorize the benchmark numbers? Probably not. It just feels fast and responsive day to day. You get 2 distinct sizes here, a 41mm and a larger 45mm model. Both sizes share 3 core colors, obsidian, fog, and olive. The smaller 41mm version also gets a 4th option called Canyon, which is a gorgeous warm gold and salmon tone. Pricing sits at $399 for the small model and $429 for the larger build. Finally, let us talk about what carried over, because Google kept the core design we love. The stainless steel case, the satisfying rotating crown, the side button, and crisp audio. You still get a solid 40-hour battery life. But here is the real kicker, and it brings us back to one of the biggest problems Google solved. It charges 50% in just 15 minutes. You can literally drop this on the charger while you take a quick shower and brush your teeth in the morning, and you are fully good to go for the day. Combine that rapid top-off with the new navigation gestures for workouts, and Google has legitimately eliminated my 2 biggest frustrations with modern smartwatches. At the end of the day, Google didn't just push out another boring annual update filled with useless marketing buzzwords. They built a smartwatch that feels smart, tracks health meaningfully, fixes battery anxiety with absurdly fast charging, and introduces controls you will actually use every single day. If you are on Android, this is easily the watch to get right now. Let me know down in the comments what you want me to compare it against next. And as always, hit subscribe and I will see you in the next one.